All right, we got that recording. We are behind the scenes with me, Queen, the host of Hey Love the Pod Show. Finally! Oh, you can't stop me now. 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 Hey guys, it's your host Queen of Hey Love the Pod Show. This is basically the pre-roll, you know. This is new to me, just like it's gonna be new to y'all. It has been taking me forever to get to this point. I'm so excited to actually be in my first podcast studio. I am so grateful to those who have helped me get to this point. I'm excited. I am so effing excited. For my first round of business, I'm totally new to this. So, we're going to get this going. I'm your host, Queen of Hey Love the Pod Show, once again. And I want y'all to go ahead and get familiar with this, all right? This is not going to be something that I'm going to be doing just on and off. This is about to become the thing, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to become the thing. I am so excited. There have been so much going on in pop culture, politics, and I have been told to stay back, stay calm, stay in my place, and enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? I deserve to shed my wings, or flutter my wings just like anybody else. And I'm excited. I'm excited because the hate and jealousy of people is real out here. And my saying is, if somebody hates you, right, it basically means they're so in love with you, they're willing to do things that in their eyes they think it's love, but it's really a form of sabotage, mockery. Shout out to the phone going off. That means people are tuning in. Hey guys. And I would just love to change the narrative with us in pop culture. I would love to change the narrative with us in our communities. I started out in 2011 as a freelance blogger to a publicist named Carolyn Ortiz. Shout out to her. She eventually went off to become a publicist for another great artist that I used to be in contact with, which is Consequence, who was signed to Kanye West's Good Music, which I heard in the headlines is officially no longer a partner with Def Jam. So, crazy as it would be that after all these years, that such a company would be parting ways with Def Jam. Now, we have to, you have to really take a look at everything. Kanye West is one phenomenal artist. That's number one. Number two, a genius. And I've been saying this even when people were mocking him, and all I kept saying was he's a genius, because nobody has a clue as to what is really going on except for what you're being told to watch. But the real truth is, he's an amazing strategist, very blunt, arrogant. However, he is strategizing the whole time that he is, as we would say here, pardon my French, ooh la la oui oui, mind fucking you. Totally mind fucking the public. However, that's neither here or there. You just have to take it with a grain of salt and keep it pushing, because people like him don't come around every century, yet they come around every century. What would the world be without someone that is constantly a controversial person? Before him, the only other person that we were paying attention to this much was Donald Trump. And so, the key in media is to always be relevant whether you're dealing with good news or bad news. Any type of news is better than nothing at all. So with that being said, I am excited to announce, the pilot episode of Hey Love the Pod Show, which I originally started on Instagram Live. And, a lot of events had taken place where I was just constantly having issues like identity theft. I'm sure everybody has had that once or twice. And if you haven't, all praises to the Most High that you have not had to deal with identity theft. Always protect your energy. Always protect your identity. I've also had people steal from me. And my goal is not to blow up people on this show. My goal is not to talk about other people. Thank you for the love. My goal is not to bash people. I have watched so many other people's podcasts, and my goal is to give love. That is my intent. That is how I've always been. I've always been about love. Whether I'm loving on a man or showing love to a beautiful woman or a handsome man or even to children who are just full of life. Love is what we all want at the end of the day. Love is something that we all deserve. And it shouldn't be that you don't receive the love that you are putting out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Smart Water, aka, shout out to 50 cents, that Smart Water deal. Because I definitely need some water now. And I also read about them recently that somebody was trying to partake in a lawsuit because they said that they don't believe that Smart Water made them any more smarter than what they already are. If that is really, really true, allegedly somebody's supposed to be suing Smart Water because they don't think Smart Water makes them smart. But however, if that is the case, that's kind of like a lot of bullock, because it's like, why would you even try? Anyway, I am more about being over, like, elevate yourself. Like, elevate, move on, keep it going. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to a good friend of mine that is actually on this live. If he is still listening, his Instagram is actually on here. But hi, the real Ace Dice. He has this dope spot in Brooklyn. It's a club. And right now, at the top of my head, forgive me, I don't remember the name of the club, but it's going to come back to me. And I think y'all should really reach out to him. And that's what I want to do. I want to put more emphasis and more attention on my young bosses, my young entrepreneurs, all the ones who deserve to have their flowers, deserve to have recognition, deserve to be getting attention for what it is that they're doing for the community of pop culture, keeping the culture alive, putting, artists on, putting on, and not just artists who are rapping or singing, but artists who paint, artists who, possibly do gymnastics, putting on the entrepreneurs who are currently out here who are trying to have a voice. It's sad to see that we live in a society where we're really in a tit for tat or tug of war with, previous entertainers versus the up-and-coming entertainers. It's just like, why are we doing this, guys? Like, we don't need to be doing this like this. Like, we really should be advancing, you know what I'm saying? And so I also wanted to give a huge shout out to the literary, culture. A lot of young artists are coming out that write. And one of them is Brian Kyle Goodman. He has this book out called You Gotta Be You. He is a Queens native. And he's based in California now. But he is a native of Queens. And I got to meet him at Barnes & Noble. Shout out to Barnes & Nobles. A great bookstore. But also, shout out to P&T Knitwear Bookstore. A very, very great place. Definitely check them out. Once again, check out P&T Knitwear Bookstore, located in the Lower East Side. And, just take your time to enjoy the what we call your imagination. The greatest thing about reading a book is using your imagination. What does it profit you to not be able to dig into the deep files of your psyche and pull out great fantasies? This is why they say when it comes to sex, the first thing somebody wants to do is or say is, well, what's your fantasy? What do you fantasize about? I fantasize about dick all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a woman. I love the DICK. I love being touched, as we all should be loved being touched. We should all be loving ourselves. I think the greatest thing about having access to your quote unquote private parts is knowing that you can please yourself. If you're going to enjoy having sex with someone, you should at least know how to please yourself. You should know how to take in your own pleasure. So when someone comes to please you, you know how to tell them how to please you, So with that being said, once again, I'm your host, Queen. This is Hey Love the Pod Show. I will be airing weekly. We're going to keep this up weekly, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed, say our prayers, and be so appreciative of the fact that we have this opportunity to speak and promote and talk about things. And I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for this. I'm truly thankful for this. And I don't have any complaints. So another topic that I want to get into is hair. I've noticed that there has been a huge change in the industry of hair. You know what I'm saying? People are coloring their hair, they're braiding their hair, they're weaving their hair. What are you doing to take care of your hair, though? Hair is your crown. You should always protect your crown. Your crown is very important to you. You shouldn't have, just my view, I don't think you should have everybody in your hair. I think everyone should choose a specific stylist. This is why hairdressers, aka hairstylists, are very essential in society, very essential in the world. The person who is doing your hair, it's very important that you focus on having a person that is trustworthy enough to do your hair. You shouldn't have everybody in your hair because it's your crown. And I have learned the hard way. This is why I do my own hair. If I do let someone in my hair, trust me, it has to be someone that knows me from either my childhood or from, just being around me. And I have to say, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Because I'm proud of myself, as I should be. And I'm proud of others that are around me as well, who are continuing to push themselves and do what they need to do for themselves. I want to give another shout out to all the people who supported me when I went on the road. Back in 2021, I had taken a nice little road trip to different destinations across our nation. And I have to say one of my favorite cities is Miami. And I want to give a huge shout out to Miami Beach, because Miami treated me like royalty that I am. Miami treated everyone else around me like royalty. Those who knew me came down. I bumped into so many good people from New York and Miami. I bumped into some people from other cities in Miami. Miami is a beautiful place. Now, with that being said, I have to shout out my hometown, which is New York, specifically Queens, New York, where, legends like LL Cool J have come out of there, and we have legends like myself, and I don't mean legends like, don't look at legends like, oh, it's the end and they've been out. No, it's just they've set a path for others to come behind. It's not, you know what I'm saying? We also have Russell Simmons, and we have, you know, Damon John, you know, who was a part of the whole FUBU crew. And then we have those, you know, shout out to all the bike riders and my four-wheelers, and free all my hitters. You know what I'm saying? Free all my hitters from Queens, free B-La, free Bar, and anyone who has had the unfortunate situation of having to go to the island as we all know it as Rikers Island. My love, I'm sending my love to all y'all. I miss all y'all. I don't even want to get teary-eyed because I feel the crying motion coming on. Free all my babies. I look at them as my babies. And shout out to them. I'm sending y'all love. I love you. I love y'all. Keep your heads up. Being behind bars is nothing nice, you know. Free Supreme, as they would say. Free Prince. These are the OGs that I had no clue were even behind the wall. And you hear so much growing up, and you stay in a borough that you know is notorious for being popular for so many different reasons. And when you get of age and you get to experience being in the places that they once stood or sat at, and you know, you be in their atmosphere, you just be like, well, how did they end up this way? Or how did this happen? And why are they, you know what I'm saying? All of these questions come to you, and then at the head of it all, you're just like, okay, it doesn't really matter. It matters, but it doesn't really matter. And how do we advance? How do we move forward from here now that we know that this is exactly what's going on? How do we change the narrative? How do we let people know that, you know, for the better or the future of us, how do we push forward? The whole key to life is pushing forward, not constantly backtracking, you know what I'm saying? And there seems to be a lot of people backtracking in life instead of actually paying attention to what matters. With that being said, I also wanted to go ahead and point out the whole clothing industry. So one of the biggest things that has happened as of lately is I noticed there's been issues with Kanye West again. And there was one other popular celebrity that was having issues with, you know, with the fashion world. So I was just like, you know what, perhaps we need to just stick to our lanes sometimes. You know, that's what I'd be saying. Just maybe we should stick to our lanes. I'm over here playing with my phone trying to get it together. Yeah, we're going to end that out. We're going to share. Okay, so we can't share that one. Interesting. And mind you, I was just live on the whole thing. But you know, it's all right. It's all right. You know, the devil be working. But we work harder. You know what I'm saying? We work harder. And that's the key. Work harder. Not even work harder, but just work smarter. And don't think about negative things. Even though people be trying to come into your world to create chaos, you just got to say to yourself, shake it off. Because I have been fighting, honey. And it's just not right that I have to constantly be fighting like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, well, why is it that I'm the one that has to fight hard? Why am I the one who's being, you know what I'm saying, pushed it to the limit? Like, why am I being pushed to the limit in a way that's like this? Like, I don't deserve that. Why? You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody deserves to have somebody trying to stop their progress or stop how amazing they are. You shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You should be your best self. And I believe in being my best self. I believe in being happy. People don't want you to be happy anymore. And I'm just so surprised by that because I'm always a happy person. I'm always a happy person. Why you don't want me to be happy? Why would you want me to be mad and upset? You shouldn't want me to be mad and upset. I wouldn't want you to be mad and upset, so why would you want me to be mad and upset? You know what I'm saying? Be happy. That's how I am. Always be happy. Be happy for people. I have given, my flowers to people. I have shouted people out. And I just be like, why you don't want to be happy? Why you don't want to, like, be happy. Be happy. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Be happy for me. Don't hate. Be happy. It's a shame that I wasn't able to go ahead and catch that first part of live, but it's all right. And this is recorded, so I'm excited either way. I'm thankful. I know a lot of people don't want to see, it's not even people, it's just the energies that be negative energies. There's a lot of negative energies that don't want you to be happy. And I want to say to people who are dealing with that, don't allow the negativity to overtake you. Don't allow the negativity to hurt you. Just be happy. And I know that's easier said than done. Honey, I have cried so many times. Like, I am one of the biggest crybabies. However, I'm also a very strong and independent individual who truly believes in, I truly believe that you should always definitely fight for your happiness. Fight for your happiness. Make things happen for you. Go out your way. It's been an uphill battle to stay consistent on fighting for your happiness. There are people who don't want you to be happy. There are people who don't want you to excel or elevate yourself. And seeing you miserable makes them more prone to being excited by that. Like, there are people who are truly excited by your unhappiness. There are people who are truly outside who are, not honest in their ways, or not honest on how or why they're even doing what they're doing. And it's just not right. And I want people to not feel like they shouldn't continue forward. Always continue forward. Always support yourself and big yourself up. This is going to be a grind. Running a podcast is a grind. It's not some run-of-the-mill type of story. You know what I'm saying? It's not some run-of-the-mill type of thing for me. For everybody else, it's something that they do to stay relevant. For everybody else, it's something they do to be seen. Whereas for me, it's me communicating to a community of people in a culture, letting them know that it's about reaching out to others and showing how, who they can speak to, or what can go down and how it can happen for you. It's just, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. And there's a lot of people out here who are fighting to continue believing in themselves. And I'm excited about the fact that I have continued to fight for myself. I have continued to speak up for myself. I have so much to say. This is part of the reason why I made sure that I didn't go that ham over getting a special guest. For the next show, I will. And I'm excited to participate in something that caters to me. Something that caters to us all. And we're going to keep this going, baby. We're going to keep this going. I want to give a huge shout out to people who have hit me in my DMs and text message, supporting me and bigging me up and giving me an opportunity to be seen and heard when they didn't have to. They really didn't have to. However, because they did, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm alive. I'll say it to the top of the mountaintop, and I thank you. I thank you. Because even right now, as I sit here, it's a shame to say that I'm battling demons as we speak. Even while I'm on here, I'm battling demons. What's up? What's up? Hi. Shout out to I'm gonna finally say this and get it out the way. Shout out to Think About It. Shout out to Murdoch. Shout out to Queens. I guess you could say everybody who comes out of Queens has a love and hate relationship with that borough, because it's the world's borough. It's a borough that's full of a lot of heavy hitters. And it's also a borough full of a lot of, to be nice, I'm going to say pessimistic people. And when I say pessimistic, you notice the first 4 words in pessimistic is like P-E-S-S, like pest. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are known to be like pests in Queens. But I'm not even saying it to diss us, because remember, it's my home. I love Queens. I will always love Queens regardless of what, I'll take Queens for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Really, I would. Because it's made me who I am. It's made me continue to fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wouldn't continue to fight for their own things. I'm always being left out in the cold when it comes to certain, situations, because people are intimidated by who I am and what it is that I provide to people. And it's a shame. However, it does not stop me from opening my voice. You should not stop being who you are because someone else doesn't want you to speak, or someone doesn't want you to act, or someone doesn't want you to stand up. Stand for something. Stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. Stand for something, or you will fall for anything. Believe in yourself. It is the easiest thing to be said, but it is also very easy to be done. Stand for something. Do not ever back down. Stand for something. Always believe in yourself. Always give yourself an opportunity to be heard. Just stand for something. I can't wait to get my new smartphone. If y'all want to bless me, y'all can bless me with a new iPhone, because both my iPhones were stolen from me. It is crazy how they both just got taken just like that. It hurt my heart, because I was just like, man, all the amount of money I have invested in all the recordings and paperwork and everything that I put, you know what I'm saying, and just the research and all that stuff I put into my phones, and how dare somebody go and take my stuff. And this is why I have changed up how I live. You know what I'm saying? I've changed up how I am towards people, because I'm realizing that the spiritual world is nothing to play with. And now that we're in the month of Halloween, it's really a place to not be playing with. You know what I'm saying? And I really respect the spiritual world. I know that that's a subject that a lot of people tread lightly on or don't want to speak about it at all. The spirit world is nothing to play with. And I think people should be more conscientious of how they deal with people and deal with spirits. You should be very, very self-aware of yourself and of that which is around you, because you never know who you're listening to or who you're watching, and you never know who's listening to you and who's watching you. So you should always be mindful of people, places, and things. And I appreciate having that experience to know the difference between people, places, and things. I am so grateful for this moment right now. Like, this is practice, and at the same time, it's live and it's real. And it's the livest and realest that I have ever experienced. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. moving forward, I also wanted to speak about the food industry. Ooh, pardon me. I hope that was not recorded. Food is essential for us all, and I believe that we should be very healthy about how we take in our food. I agree that if you are a person that is known to overeat, I would highly suggest that you, in the mornings, instead of running straight to food, that you starting off with tea, nice hot tea. Let it be peppermint tea or burdock and dandelion tea, ginger tea. Tea is essential. I think you should definitely start off with tea for your day if you overate the night before. If you have gone drinking and smoking, I definitely believe that you should definitely tap into having tea as the first part of your morning so that way it clears out your system. Tea is like an antioxidant, you know what I'm saying? It also helps to build up your immune system. And I think that you should really tap into those things. Also, moving forward, when it comes down to being alive, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Drinking water is essential. I don't know why a lot of people have stopped really like participating in drinking water. You'd be surprised how long people will go without drinking water for a day. And you just be sitting there like, how are you making it and you don't even drink no water? I've heard people say they don't even like water. You cannot not live without water. Our body is about, the makeup of our body is about 75% water. You need water in order to, go through it. Um, Another thing about food that I want to discuss is fruits. Our fruits are grown between the commercial corporate farms versus the hometown native farmers. And so I truly believe, like for example, like the farmers market that's been going on around the city, they provide fruits and vegetables, especially the one that takes place at Prospect Park. There's also another farmers market that takes place at Central Park and also 14th Street Union Square. The one on 14th Street Union Square goes, I believe, just about every day until the holiday season. And 14th Street Union Square is one of my favorite places to be at. It's a place that I really hold dear to my heart, and I feel like when people find out that you have a favorite place to be at, some people can become quite intrusive of what you like to do and will exploit what it is that you like to do for the sake of themselves. Almost kind of like trying to ruin your fun or ruin what makes you happy. So they'll just come and just plant themselves there and you'll just be like, I don't even want to be near you. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have those moments where there's certain people in our lives we just don't have a desire to be around. And when they find out about your favorite spots and they start being around your favorite spots, you just be like, oh, it's like, oh, just get out. Like the movie Get Out. And that's how I be feeling, get out. Now I am live today. I will definitely be saying some more on my IG. I'm just happy. I'm happy for this moment right now. And it's a fight. It's a fight even right now while I speak to y'all because I know that certain people are trying to, do things that are not very nice. And I say all of that because I'm trying to keep it politically correct. You don't want to sound like what they like to call a conspiracy theorist or, sound like you're not in your right mind, even though they do it every day to Kanye West when he gets on TV or they do it to anybody that's on TV. However, I'm not of either sort, but I know I feel a pulling of somebody trying to pull on me because I made it. When you made it, so you notice how all of a sudden a whole bunch of distractions start around you and you just be like, there wasn't even this many distractions when you was, thinking about it. So now that it's happening, now you got all these distractions. It's like, come on. universe, you know what I'm saying? Like, help me out here because this is becoming too obvious. um, and so, moving forward, yes, every morning, if you are overeating the night before, you should definitely indulge in some tea. You should also indulge in fasting, because by you fasting and only drinking water, you end up cleansing yourself out and setting yourself up to have a natural cleanse. That's why I also said when you do teas, look into burdock tea, dandelion, look into peppermint tea, look into what's the other tea? That's a ginger tea. Adding lemon to your water and to your tea is essential. It's awesome. It's great. One of my favorite waters has lemon added to it, and I really appreciate them having it. And that's the gist of it all. I also wanted to speak about the fact that these new artists that are popping out that nobody, would pay attention to, but now they're getting their flowers. Like, shout out to Kaya Baby. She is finally getting consistent attention as she should. Shout out to K the Goddess, or K Goddess as she goes by. Another really dope creative. And that's just the thing about, Hey Love the Pod Show. Catering to the creative within you, showing love to the creative within you, cultivating the creative in you. You should always be willing to give yourself a pat on the back and show how great of a creative person you are. If we stop being creative, what do we have? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what else is there to really have if we stop our creativity? We shouldn't be stopping our creativity. We should be excited. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching in the pop culture about who's dating who and what's going on. Like, Will Smith just debuted a movie, and I believe the title of it is called Emancipation. And one of his many guests that were there was A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Then you also have Tyler Perry, who just recently was, caught in an interview saying how the IRS owed him back taxes of $9 million, and he had to fire his whole financial team because he's sitting there like, how y'all have me overpaid that amount of money? I could get deep into how that happened, however, I'm not. Then there was this big frenzy behind the supposed divorce of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Notice, though, how Kim Kardashian has kept the West part of her last name. Why? Because it's Kanye West. Who's going to stop talking about him? Nobody. Everybody's going to continue talking about Kanye West. It doesn't matter what it is that he's doing. He's news. You know what I'm saying? When somebody is news, you just have no other choice but to continue talking about him and continue being established with him. So shout out to all the people who are finding ways to stay relevant. However, this is so much more than relevancy. This is like Star Wars. This is definitely like Star Wars. I believe that we're living in a modern day Star Wars, and every chance that you get, you're just like constantly in an uphill battle to like be at peace with the universe around you, and then you have to battle the villains that come into the universe that's trying to stop you from having your peace, because your peace intimidates their chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like wow, the audacity of you to be so peaceful, and we're bombing each other, like, you know what I'm saying, or we're shooting at each other, or I'm totally ignoring you, like, why are you still smiling? I'm totally bashing who you are as a person. Why are you still happy? And I don't let any of that get to me because it doesn't really matter. It not ever really mattered. Even right now while I sit here, it's a battle to be right here because that's just how hard somebody's trying to work on not letting you have your voice. And you're just sitting here saying to yourself, like, that's not your place. It never was your place. Like, stay in your place. And that's the issue with a lot of people lately. Nobody is being respectful of one another's place in the world or place in one person's life. You have to be respectful of people's persons, their space. And that's the fight. To protect your energy. You must protect your energy. And I'm protecting mine by all means. And I'm believing in myself by all means. And I'm not giving up. I'm shouting from the rooftops. This is Hey Love the Pod Show with your host, Queen of Qweentv.com. Make sure y'all click the link in my bio on my Instagram. It's a dope blog. I definitely been staying up to date with it, as you should. I definitely been, reaching out to those who participate in that type of world. I'm a believer, a firm believer in doing for yourself, having a means to do well for yourself. Another thing I've noticed is the influx of tourists that we've had recently within the city of New York. A lot of our touristy fans or friends that have been coming here to visit are from France, Africa, where else? And shout out to Air France for getting a spot in Newark Airport. Like, that's a big deal. Since JFK has been giving everybody so many problems. There's so many people I know that have been telling me the issues they have when they're trying to get back into New York. They say they said that they have less trouble getting out of New York than getting in New York. Ain't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is giving you problems to come back into the city, but not giving you problems to leave the city. That's very interesting. Because that's exactly how it's been for me too. And I don't ever have an issue getting out of New York. The issue has always been getting back to New York. It's almost like as if you just be like, yeah, but I know I did this, so why is it that you know what I'm saying? And I just be like, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta pay attention to things around you. If you would pay more attention to the things around you, you would not be so caught up on copying somebody or trying to live somebody else's life. Yes, this is kind of going left, but I did start off the discussion about identity theft and how it's currently affecting my life. Not for long though, and I deserve to have justice regarding that, and I will. In the meantime, I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all for participating in this opportunity that I love so much. I am so grateful. And like I said, even now, it is a fight. It is a fight. Somebody is upset. And when I say that, see, I know somebody's upset. Stuff is going on. Someone is upset that I'm being me, that I'm being myself, and they can't keep up. Also, I appreciate the feedback from all my peoples from down south who have reached out to me and also have let me know that they've been paying attention and participating, and I'm happy. I don't have no complaints. I will not complain. It's not worth it. It's just I gotta fight for a lot. Halloween is on the rise. Excited for Halloween. Halloween is known for having a huge parade in the village. I've gone since 2004. I believe the next time I went was after that. So yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. This is your host, Queen, and we are live on Hey Love the Pod Show. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that. Now I gotta charge this. Wowzer.